you. I see you. Great morning. Good morning, everybody. We're getting ready to go. Just gonna hop over to Facebook for one quick minute, make sure we're good there. Let's see what's going on. All right, we are good. Great morning, Facebook. Let's get ready to go. Hello, can you hear me? If you cannot hear me, then let me know. I'll wait for a second for Instagram to confirm. Let's see if we got you. Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right, all right, all right. So you can hear me. That's good news. It's funny because I can't really hear myself on the microphone, but that's okay. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see you all. And I want to thank you for being here. So somehow or another, you are hearing me. So let's just go with that. Welcome, MRP Super Saturday, IGOGs, FBOGs, YTOGs, and MRPOGs. Welcome to the Mitch Race Podcast. Awesome to see you. I see you over there at Facebook. Strong Island, welcome. So good to see you. Welcome, everybody. I am Mitch Race. Welcome to the Mitch Race Podcast. I am an image strategist and image architect. I help seasoned, middle aged, younger males who are just kind of entering the workplace in their career, trying to figure things out. And even some of the seasoned males out here, professional males who are unclear, distracted, and don't know their value, gain clarity and vision so that they can become the best version of themselves while earning the desired high level income to match their image. Awesome to see you. I want to welcome also my cousin Kenny Wap, okay, from the East Side. The East Side. Yeah, I love it. So, listen, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. You're here. You could be anywhere, but you chose to spend and you choose to invest your time with me. So, therefore, I want to show you great value in being here and much respect and to let you know that you are appreciated, that you are loved, that you are seen, and that you matter. Each and every one of you matters to me. And y- you have no idea how, when you show up, what happens here on this podcast and how it has grown. So uh, it's just changing my life. It's life changing. And I really want you to know that in changing my life, that has also changed a few others. So I'm going to share some things with you before we kind of really get underway. And I don't want to take up a lot of time. Last week, we went a little deep and took a tough look at 8 key differences between confidence and arrogance. And the feedback on that topic and podcast has been really great. It's actually exceeded kind of any expectations that I had about it. It was just the feedback's been off the chain. So I want to thank you all, whether you were there live or whether you've been on the replay. Some of you have watched this a number of times already, and it resonated with a lot of people. And a listener actually told me last night that she listened to this particular podcast and it caused her to admit to herself that she had been arrogant at times and in some of her professional interactions and in the way that she had spoken to some people. And it sparked an aha moment in her life. And it's now helping her to renew her thinking and her communication. I mean, that just floored me. I was just so excited to get that kind of feedback. And get ready because we're going to go needle to the skin again this morning with this next topic, which is a few signs behind a fragile self-image. So I want to thank that listener for that feedback and for the encouragement also that it gave me to continue to do what I do, because unless we're doing these things to really, really help others, it really doesn't make any difference, to be honest with you. I would rather know that I had helped one person, um, than to make a whole bunch of money knowing that it just, just it's just money and it's not helping anyone. So I'm just really grateful to know that I'm in the right place at the right time and I'm able to add and bring value. Um, I want to say hello to someone. I want to say hello to Fern in Tallahassee, Florida. And I believe she's 94. She received a breakthrough on a confidence podcast that I did a few weeks ago because her daughter wanted to share what I was talking about with her. I know them both, but the mother didn't know that I was a podcaster. And she listened very intently, and it shifted her perspective of where she was personally in her life at this time. And she's now looking more positively at herself, at her relationship with her daughter, as well as focusing on how to live now, as opposed to a lot of catastrophizing that she had been doing about the future or being negative in the present. And it's kind of fun to watch it and to watch it how it's changing their lives and how I get this feedback from them both. And I get the opportunity to interact on a whole different level and be helpful and supportive on a level that I never could have seen coming. And it's made all the difference in their lives. So, hello, Fern in Tallahassee, Florida. Also, Kevin in Atlanta, who is listening on with my sister. So, here we go. DJ, my sister. If you know me, I'm rather bullish on showing up because I believe it makes a difference somewhere in our lives, in an area, somewhere small, somewhere big. It's difficult to show up everywhere, every time, but work towards showing up somewhere, towards defining what that really means to you. Show up. Okay. And there are different ways to learn how to show up. Okay. Get yourself a mentor, get into a community that supports and serves you, change some habits, make new friends, all kinds of ways. Read books, read positive books, listen to positive podcasts, listen to podcasts like this podcast, and so many others out there. We have a community that's really, really doing that and changing lives. And I want to encourage you to listen to some of them. Listen to all of them, in fact. They're all good. Um, but show up and learn and find ways to show up. Go to free master classes. There are a bunch of master classes out there. Definitely shout outs to Always Destined for Greatness and a number of other people now that are coming up with podcasts. Uh, um, just so many. And I'm going to try to, at some point, just go on and just give you more value by giving you some of the sources that I plug into. But if I haven't mentioned you, don't take it as a slight, please. Um, so let's go. Okay. A few signs behind a fragile self image. Nurse, hypodermic, please. Let's go to the skin. All right. A fragile self image is often marked by low self esteem and can show in many ways, including negative self talk, difficulty accepting compliments, fear of failure, and social withdrawal. Individuals with a fragile self image may also be overly critical of themselves, constantly compare themselves to others, and struggle with setting healthy boundaries. Podcaster Marianne Cadet, she covers a lot of these issues. She definitely covers uh, comparison and healthy boundaries. And it's really, really important to kind of like to start to get some of these things underneath your belt. We talk about these things on a weekly basis. Let's get the work in. Let's get the help. And because we're being supportive, we're on here, we're sharing with you. So understand and start taking notes and start noting what these things mean and how much value there is, because there's a ton of value in these podcasts and these things these topics that we bring you. So again, negative self-perception, negative self-talk, constantly criticizing oneself, using negative words to describe oneself, and focusing on flaws rather than strengths. That is a sign behind a fragile self-image. So if you have a fragile self-image, and it actually steps on your toes a little bit like it does mine at times, well, hey, listen, you get to choose to love to build upon that. Learn what it's going to take for you to get some support in this, what it's going to take for you to build your self esteem, what it's going to take for you to build your confidence, what it's going to take for you to unpack your value, what it's going to take for you to discover and know your value, all of these things. Okay, so that being said, um, yeah, negative self talk. Okay, if you have a fragile self image, it matters. Difficulty accepting compliments. Here's another one. This is another sign behind a fragile self image. And I just want to let you know that I've had to work on my self image and I'm still working on my self image. And I enjoy this so much talking about these things, sharing these things with you because you matter. Your self image matters. And a lot of people don't understand that. And I really kind of want to start hammering that point home gently with love and just maybe with a little bit of fire too, honestly, because it's important to your life. It's important to the lives of people. It's your self-image is life-changing. Your self-image can really, really be life-changing if you work on it, if you notice it, if you give it the attention that it needs and understand that it's a real thing. Your confidence is a real thing. Your self-esteem is a real thing. And I know I may be digressing a little bit, but it's because I care. And I really want you to know that I care. And I really want to make sure that I'm being clear when I talk about these things and bringing total value to you is what this Saturday is all about, what this Saturday morning is about. So, difficulty accepting compliments is a sign, another sign behind a fragile self image. When you reject or you downplay compliments, you attribute success to luck rather than skill, and feeling undeserving of positive feedback. You do yourself a disservice. You do your image, your self image, a disservice. You create fragility in your self image. It's not strong by you rejecting or downplaying compliments. You deserve those compliments. You worked for them. Um, and it's not that you're working for the approval so much for anybody from anyone. It's just that when someone pays you a compliment, if you reject that compliment and you downplay the compliment or you don't know how to accept a thank you, that says something about you. It says something about you, and you have to be careful about what it is communicating about you. If you're attributing success to luck rather than skill and you're feeling undeserving of positive feedback, that also says something about you. It says that you're what's the word that I'm looking for when you that you don't believe in yourself. You believe in the luck rather than the skill that you actually possess. And when you feel undeserved of positive feedback, it says something else about you too. And what that says is it says that you feel unworthy, and you are worthy, but you have to believe that for yourself. You have to work towards those things, towards your self-belief more, towards your self-esteem and lifting that up. I'm going to go to your comments because I see y'all are on fire out here. I got you. I got you. Fear of failure. And I want to thank you very much. Avoiding challenges, procrastinating on tasks, and dwelling on past mistakes, leading to a reluctance to try new things or take risks. That that is also those things are also a sign of a fragile self-image, having a fear of failure. We have to get started on things in order to fail. So you believe in yourself enough to get started and don't really kind of like I would say don't marry yourself so much to the outcome is something that I'm learning. Don't marry yourself to what the outcome is going to be. The outcome is going to be what the outcome is going to be, but put it in, put the work in, do something. Don't avoid challenges because challenges are going to always be there. They're going to continue to come. So all you're doing is just running and hiding at that point in time or at this point in time. If you're procrastinating on tasks, find ways, learn. There are all kinds of productivity hacks and things that you can do so that you won't procrastinate on your tasks because they are important for you to get to, but you have to start them. Okay, you have to start them. And as I'm speaking to you, I am preaching to the choir. I'm speaking to myself as well. Okay. I have no problem with doing that because this is the work that I'm called to do. And it's the work I'm also called to do on myself. Dwelling on past mistakes, we've all been there. We've made errors. We've made mistakes. We've had embarrassing situations. We've suffered from things. We suffer from scarcity mindsets. We suffer from low self esteem. We suffer from low confidence. We've made mistakes in that area. God knows we can't repeat them, or we feel like we can't repeat them. Uh, but they happen again sometimes. We do repeat them. Is what I'm trying to say. And we can't be scared to try again. You have to throw your heart over the bar one more time. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's once you do it, you're going to feel so much more better. You're going to overcome that fear of failure. And if you have a reluctance to try new things in life or to take risks, it's time to fly. It's time to fly. And that means whatever it means to you, whatever it takes to get started and move in that direction towards trying new things, try new master classes, try new mentors, try new teachers, try new podcasts, try new thinking. Social interactions, a fragile self image can be found here in social interactions. Social withdrawal, in particular, avoiding social situations, feeling anxious or self conscious around others, and withdrawing from social interactions. I know and I see a lot of people, and I'm speaking to a lot of people who go through this. They avoid social interactions. They are they're the wallflower. They're the ones who don't want to dance at parties. They're the ones who don't really, they kind of shy away from talking to people. They're also in business. They're in network marketing businesses. They are in church. They are in school. They are students. In some cases, they are also teachers. They avoid social situations. They don't know how to act when they get around people. They don't know how to interact with people. They're feeling anxious or self conscious around others, and they withdraw from social interactions. That's harmful. That creates a fragile self image. It makes a fragile self image even more fragile because you don't want to talk to people. You don't want to interact. You need people. We need each other to build. So we're not doing each other, we're not doing any service, or we're not doing ourselves or our self-image any service by being socially withdrawn or socially withdrawing. So we need to step that up a little bit. We need to learn how to create a stronger self-image so that we can face people, we can talk to people, we can look people in the eye. We can walk up and say hello and introduce ourselves. These are very, very valuable things that served me so super well in my life. People pleasing. A fragile self image can be found here in people pleasing, going out of their way, people who go out of their way to please others, often at the expense of their own needs and desires. How many times do we talk about this? And how many times do we do this? How many times do we actually go of our way to please others and not please ourselves? We're not helping the self image become stronger that way. We are weakening that self image. We are lowering that self-esteem. That confidence is being lowered, and we got to do better. When we know better, we do better. Difficulty asserting needs. A fragile self-image can be found in difficulty asserting one's needs, struggling to communicate their own needs and opinions, leading to feelings of being taken advantage of or misunderstood. If you cannot, or you're unwilling, or you struggle with communicating what you need, what you want, how you feel, what you think, then you definitely have a fragile self-image and you have to work on that. It's the work has to be done. It leads to feelings of being taken advantage of or misunderstood. And people feel horrible when they feel like they've been taken advantage of. Have you ever had that feeling? or you have the feeling of being misunderstood so much, in fact, that it hinders your communication in life and building relationships. That's why it's so damaging. Other signs of a fragile self-image, and I'm going to go down the line here because I know we've taken a lot of time, but this is hugely valuable, and I want to thank you for staying on with me. Other signs of a fragile self-image: perfectionism, seeking unrealistically high standards for themselves and others, leading to constant self-criticism and disappointment, because it always does. You can never supersede your level of perfectionism continuously. You can never do that. It's not about being perfect. It's about having progress and making progress in your life. So don't set unrealistic high standards for yourself or your goals for yourselves or for others, or when you have overreaching expectations for yourself or others, because it always leads to disappointment and self-criticism. You're always going to be hard on yourself for that, and you have to learn how to give yourself some grace. Sensitivity to criticism is another sign. Taking criticism too personally and feeling hurt or defensive, even when criticism is constructive. Let me tell you something. This is a really hard area to work in, but it's worth putting the work in if it speaks to you. No one really likes being called out for being sensitive or being, especially males. No one likes being called out for being sensitive and being criticized. No one. But as the word says, let a man examine himself. So choose the hard you want in your life. That's what I would say. But this is an area worth getting good at, working on yourself in being sensitive to criticism and feedback, because it's a huge help when someone gives you the feedback that you want and need. Poor boundaries, having difficulty saying no, allowing others to take advantage of them, and struggling to protect their own time and energy. Again, setting poor boundaries. I have been there, and that's a lot of work. I'm telling you, but it is so worth it when you get to the point where you are kind of fed up with not being able to say no, and saying it is exhausting to say yes to every single thing. It really is. But when you start practicing putting down these boundaries for yourself, and you start understanding and you start seeing a return on your energy and your time, I think you're going to be a little bit more all in on this. So again, this is one of these areas that's really hard to work on, but I suggest that you really work on this area. And admitting these things when you have a fragile self-image is not the easiest thing in the world to do. But the admission is worth the price of admission. Okay, I will say that. Low motivation, another thing that that your self-image is fragile in, is low motivation. Lacking the drive to pursue goals and feeling uninspired or apathetic. Anxiety and depression is a sign of a fragile self-image. Low self-esteem can contribute to feelings of anxiety and depression, leading to a negative and continuous spiral downward. There's physical manifestations that come as a result of low self-esteem that you can actually see in people: poor posture, avoiding eye contact, and engaging in nervous habits. So when you see someone fidgeting continuously, when people are not able to look you in the eye, when you look them in the eye and you're able to have conversation with them, if you're walking around, you don't have to walk around with your chest out, but it helps for you to assume the posture of someone who is confident, someone who is strong, someone who is certain about at least where they think that they're going and who they are, that they're working on themselves. So poor posture is one of those things. When people kind of like look down when you say something to them, that's a sure sign that someone's self-image is fragile and is damaged. Perhaps your own. Perhaps there's times when you've felt and you've exhibited any number of these signs. So that's why I love talking about this, because I know that I'm helping somebody out there and I know that this is great value. So we're going to come in now for a landing, and I want to thank you all for being there. And I'm going to go to your comments. Uh, Matter of fact, I'm going to go to your comments right now and start looking around a little bit, and let's see kind of like what people are talking about. I'm going to go over to Facebook first. Um, hey, positive posture is powerful. That is Strong Island. And this is also Strong Island. Is very exhausting. Setting non-negotiable boundaries helped change my life. Absolutely. Criticism can be difficult to receive. Yes, it can. Absolutely. It really is. And yes, it is. It's very exhausting. I'm glad you're getting infinite value out there. Thank you so much. If there are any other comments in Facebook, sometimes I scroll down and I don't see any. So I will catch you afterwards on those. Let me see if I can hop over now to Instagram. Wow. Okay. I want to welcome you, Long Island and Strong Island. Hi there. Hi there. I want to thank you, Florida. Florida, this is what you have to say. That's why you really have to be careful when you speak negative words to a person. You you tear down their spirit. Okay, you tear down their spirit, and it's hard to recover unless they have someone like you. I agree with you 100%, Florida. I want to thank you, DC, for chiming in and for being here. Beat the drums, brother. Value. I'm so glad you're getting value for that. I'm going to beat those drums. Tear them up. I have a good time out here. And I know you all do too. So thank you for dealing with me. Yeah, choose the hard you want to get at. One hard at a time. Yep, that's right, DC. Glad you're getting super value. Uh, DC also says one can overextend their humility when complimented by others. Yes, yes. It's almost a subservient thing. Like like you're there to just humbly and continuously uh, uh, extend your humility and say thank you. Yeah. So you can just be great. Just show some gratitude and be grateful. That's all. Just let them know that you appreciate it. Do you really know and appreciate your full value? Because there are people who actually do. Yes, DC, echoing your words. Florida says, thank God you are here. Oh, you touch my heart, Florida. Thank God you were here to help, because some people really need professional help when they've been down and out for so long. Even children, I was surprised to see the kids from summer camp having issues already. That's absolutely true, because what happens is your self esteem, your confidence, your self image is actually built as a young child growing up. So a lot of the issues that people have now that they tend to sweep under the rug, or that we all sometimes tend to sweep under the rug, are developed from childhood issues. And now we've just gotten to the point where, as we really think that we got it, we really think we got a hold on things and we got a grip on it, when a lot of these things are continuously occurring and we're not getting the help. That's why I'm here. I know I'm called for this, and I know I'm built for this. And I'm ready to rock and roll and go against these things that are hindering people from their next level greatness, because there are things that hindered me from my next level greatness and my self image and becoming my best self. And we're going to talk about that and unpack that. So, yeah, we yeah, I get it. Yeah, there are kids. I'm talking to young adults now too. Their self image is damaged, fragile. Males right now, sensitive males too, invisible people, their self-image is damaged, and they don't, and sometimes they don't even know what it is. You would be surprised to know that a lot of people don't understand self-image. They don't. And not in the way that you go deep in. I go deep in that because this is something that I'm passionate about. This, I love this, and I love helping people. So if you're out there and you need help in any of these things, in your self esteem, in your self image, your confidence, and I know you do, I get it. I can help. And I'm here for that. I'm built for this. And let's get you built for your next level of greatness. So I want to say this. I'm excited. There's going to be an upcoming free masterclass. Did you hear me? Free. 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 How could you not take advantage of free? The podcast is free. So this masterclass is free and it's going to be amazing. My free masterclass, 4 steps to reframe negative and scarcity thinking to a positive, abundant, confident self-image. I'm going to say that again because I know it's a lot. 4 steps to reframe negative and scarcity thinking to a positive, abundant, confident self-image. Save the date. Sunday, August 17th at 4 p.m. I'm working on the webpage now so that you can register properly. And I'll also make it available via DM. Just DM me image 2025. And when the link is ready, I will send you out a link. But let's look for that webpage to be done so you can register the right way and assure yourself a seat in the room. YouTube, subscribe and share. There are a few of you out there who share my podcast weekly. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I know who you are. You know who you are. And I appreciate the share. And I really, really hope that whoever you're sharing this with is getting great value. I'm grateful to you and for you. Okay. I really am, particularly out in the Bahamas. Thank you for that. I'm grateful for the value that I bring to your life out here. And that's another thing. I have a gratitude journal that I usually do. I'm starting to kind of like get a rhythm for doing it. Usually Fridays, some Sundays, probably Sundays. I won't be doing them all throughout the week, but there'll probably be about 3 days at least that I will be doing them. Thank you for those of you who support the gratitude video journals. There's great value in that. And yeah, that's where we are. So I think I kind of want to go back over briefly to Facebook. I want to thank YouTube for being there. And let's see, can I do that? Is it going to let me do that? There's always something here. I tell you, I love it though. There we go. I got the hang of it. Cool. All right. But I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Listen, have a phenomenal weekend. Again, until another, reframe your vision, reframe your value, reframe your victory. Thank you for joining me here on the Mitch Race podcast. And I hope you got great value. And I see I am registered for the masterclass before the registration. Thank you. Thank you, Strong Island. Everybody else, enjoy. And I'll talk to you soon. It's amazing and wonderful being here on Saturdays. And thank you for spending your time with me. Brother in DC, thank you so much. Talk to you all soon. Have a great one, everybody.